Today, we're talking about the 2018 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. That's right, Ellis Island, the iconic gateway for millions of immigrants, could also be your gateway to early retirement. If you're into coins, money, or just like the idea of stumbling into a fortune, stick around, because you don't want to miss this quick story. Last week, I was sorting through a jar of change that's been sitting on my desk for way too long. I wasn't expecting much, maybe a couple of dimes for parking meters. Then I thought, what if there's something valuable here? So, naturally, I grabbed a magnifying glass like I was on CSI Coin Edition. Spoiler alert, I didn't find the $8 million quarter, but hey, someone did, and that someone's life just got flipped upside down. Let's dive into what makes this coin so special, how you can identify one, and why the heck it's worth enough to buy a yacht. Or three. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 2018 P. Ellis Island quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series. It features a stunning design of Ellis Island, with an immigrant family looking towards the future. Honestly, the artwork alone is enough to make you appreciate it, but we're here for the money, right? So, why is this coin worth $8 million? Great question. Here's the deal. A super rare error occurred during its minting process. Somewhere in the chaos of machines stamping metal at the Philadelphia Mint, a few of these coins were struck with a unique and unintentional double-die error. This error caused parts of the design, particularly the family and the text, to appear slightly doubled, almost like a 3D effect. Coin nerds call this a doubling error, but let's be real, it's basically a jackpot mistake. Now, before you start flipping over every quarter you've got, let me warn you, this is rare. Like finding Bigfoot in your backyard rare. Only a handful of these coins have ever been found, and they've made waves in the numismatic world. That's a fancy word for coin collecting. The latest one sold for, you guessed it, $8 million at auction. I mean, imagine showing up to an auction thinking you might bid on a painting or an antique chair, and then someone casually says, $8 million for a quarter. Wild, right? So, how can you tell if you've got one of these magical coins? Here's what to look for. Check the mint mark. It must be a 2018 P, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. No D or S mint marks here. Look closely at the design, particularly the family and the text. Use a magnifying glass if you have to. If you see any signs of doubling, don't freak out. But definitely don't spend it at the vending machine if you think you've got a match. Take it to a professional grader or a trusted coin dealer for confirmation. Oh, and let's not forget the thrill of the hunt. Coin collecting isn't just about the big scores. It's about those little moments of discovery, like the time I thought I found a rare 1972 double-die penny, only to realize my glasses were smudged. We've all been there. So there you have it, the 2018 P. Ellis Island quarter, a tiny piece of metal that could change your life. Whether you're already a coin enthusiast or just someone who likes the idea of turning pocket change into a fortune, this is your reminder to check your change. Seriously, your wallet, your car's cup holder, that weird junk drawer in your kitchen. They could all be hiding treasure. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or if you're now frantically checking your quarters, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I post videos every week about coins worth crazy money, strategies to find them, and stories from the wild world of collecting. Don't forget to like the video and leave a comment about your coolest coin find. I'd love to hear about it. And hey, who knows? Maybe next time it'll be your coin selling for $8 million. Today, we're talking about the 2016 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter. I'll break down what makes this coin so special, why someone would shell out millions for it, and how you can hunt one down yourself. Oh, and don't forget, I've got a wild story about a coin discovery that might just inspire you to check your change jar. Let's get into it. First up, let's talk about the 2016 P. Ellis Island quarter. If you don't know, it's part of the America the Beautiful series, a set of coins celebrating iconic landmarks across the U.S. This one features Ellis Island, the gateway to America for millions of immigrants. Pretty cool, right? But here's the kicker. It's not just the design that's special. There's a rare version of this coin that collectors are absolutely drooling over. So, what makes it worth $6 million? Well, this insane value comes from a one-of-a-kind error. Yep, a minting mistake. Picture this. The coin was struck with a combination of mismatched dies. Basically, the tools used to press the design onto the coin. This mistake created a unique variety that's unlike any other quarter out there. It's a true one of one, and collectors go absolutely bananas for this kind of rarity. Now, I know what you're thinking. Could I find one of these coins? Technically, yes. It's like winning the lottery, but hey, someone's gotta win, right? Start by checking your loose change, coin rolls from the bank, or even vending machines. Who knows? That coffee you bought yesterday could have just given you a $6 million jackpot. And speaking of jackpots, let me tell you about the time I thought I hit the coin collecting lottery. So, I'm at my grandma's house, helping her sort through this giant jar of coins. I'm halfway through when I spot this old, shiny quarter that looked totally different. My heart was racing. I thought it might be one of those super rare coins. Turns out, it was just a Canadian quarter. I mean, not even worth 25 cents here. We had a good laugh though, and hey, I didn't leave empty-handed. She let me keep a few cool-looking ones for my collection. Anyway, back to the 2016 Ellis Island quarter. If you're wondering about how to confirm if your coin is the one, you'll need to get it authenticated. A professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can verify whether you've hit the jackpot or just found another cool coin.so. There you have it, the story of how a simple 25-cent coin became a $6 million treasure. Who knew quarters could be this exciting, right? Now it's your turn to start searching. Check your pockets, your car seats, your piggy banks. Heck, even your laundry machine might be hiding a fortune. And if you love learning about coins worth money, strategies for hunting them down, and the wild world of coin collecting, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out on my next video. I'll be sharing even more tips and stories that could help you cash in on hidden treasures. Have you ever been casually digging through your pocket change, thinking, it's just a quarter, probably going toward a vending machine snack? Well, not so fast. That humble little coin in your pocket could actually be worth a fortune. Yes, we're talking millions. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2015 Ellis Island, Washington quarter. Believe it or not, one of these coins recently made headlines for being valued at, are you sitting down for this? $5 million. Yep, 5 million. That's more zeros than I've got in my bank account, that's for sure. So, how does a 25-cent piece turn into a life-changing payday? Let's break it down. First off, let's talk about the basics. The 2015 Ellis Island quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series, a special collection celebrating historic sites across the U.S. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, that's cool, but what makes this one so special? Here's the kicker. It's all about rarity and condition. Most of these coins are common, but there's a rare variation. One so pristine and flawless that collectors lose their minds over it. Imagine this. You're sorting through your loose change, and you spot an Ellis Island quarter. You think it looks shiny, but hey, quarters are shiny, right? Wrong. The $5 million coin isn't just shiny. It's in mint condition, meaning no scratches, no dings, and no signs of it ever being tossed into a coin jar. Oh, and there's a twist, it's graded as an MS-70 by professionals. That's the coin equivalent of getting a perfect score on an impossible test. If you find one of these, congratulations, you just hit the jackpot. Now, here's where things get interesting. Let me tell you about the time I almost missed out on a valuable coin myself. A few years ago, I found a quarter in my car's cup holder that looked oddly crisp. I was about to use it to pay for a gas station coffee when my inner coin nerd kicked in. I decided to hold on to it, and guess what? It wasn't worth millions, but it turned out to be a rare error coin worth $200. Moral of the story: never underestimate your spare change. Back to the Ellis Island quarter. You're probably wondering why anyone would pay $5 million for a quarter. Well, collectors are a passionate bunch. They're willing to pay top dollar for coins that are rare, have historical significance, or are in perfect condition. And this one checks all the boxes. Plus, it has that wow factor. It's like owning a piece of history, but also a piece of treasure. So the next time you're sifting through your change or cleaning out your car, take a second to really look at those coins. You never know. There could be a hidden gem in there worth more than you ever imagined. And hey, if you find a 2015 Ellis Island quarter that looks like it just rolled out of the mint, you might want to get it checked out. It could be the ticket to your dream house, a world tour, or maybe just a really fancy coin display case. If you love learning about coins that are worth more than meets the eye, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin hunters. I share tips, stories, and strategies to help you discover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Who knows, your next quarter could be the key to financial freedom. Today, we're diving into the story of the 2010 Ellis Island, Washington quarter. Yes, the humble quarter you probably used to buy gum could actually buy you, well, a mansion or an island. Stick around because we're talking about why this coin is so special, how to tell if you have one, and what you can do with that sweet payday if you strike it rich. Let's get into it. Okay, so what's the deal with this $1 million quarter? First off, the 2010 Ellis Island, Washington quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series. You know, those quarters with the cool designs of national parks and landmarks. But not all of them are created equal. This one, it's like the Beyoncé of quarters, rare, flawless, and worth every penny of its insane price tag. Now, before you go frantically flipping through your change, let's talk about what makes it so valuable. This isn't your average Ellis Island quarter. We're talking about a rare mint error where something went wrong during the coin-making process. Maybe it's a double die, a missing detail, or some kind of funky misalignment. Whatever it is, collectors lose their minds over these mistakes. One of these bad boys recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1 million. Yes, someone actually paid that much for a quarter. Imagine telling your landlord you're paying your rent in quarters.so. How do you know if you've got the quarter? First, check for the P mint mark on the front. It stands for Philadelphia. Then, take a close look at the details on the coin. If you notice anything weird, like letters that look doubled or a design that seems off, congratulations, you might have a winner. Oh, and don't trust your eyes alone. Use a magnifying glass or a loupe. Trust me, squinting at a quarter under your kitchen light doesn't do the trick. Been there, done that. Quick story time. A couple years ago, I found a shiny Ellis Island quarter while grabbing change for a vending machine. I thought, hey, that's a cool design, and almost spent it on a Snickers. But then I thought, wait, what if this is one of those rare coins everyone's talking about? Spoiler alert, it wasn't worth $1 million, but it was worth $50, which is still way better than a candy bar, right? Moral of the story, check your change before you spend it. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Now, let's talk about why this coin's value is skyrocketing. Coins with mint errors are like rare Pokemon. They're super hard to find, and collectors will pay big bucks to add them to their collections. On top of that, the 2010 Ellis Island quarter is from a popular series, which makes it even more desirable. Supply and demand, folks. Economics 101.so. What can you do if you think you've found one? First, don't freak out. I mean, freak out a little. Who wouldn't? But then, get it verified by a professional coin grading service. They'll certify the coin and give it an official grade, which is basically the key to unlocking its full value. After that, you can list it for sale at auction houses, online marketplaces, or through coin dealers. Just make sure you don't get scammed. If someone offers you $20 for it, run the other way. So there you have it, the 2010 Ellis Island, Washington quarter that could make you a millionaire. Who knew something so small could be worth so much, right? Now it's your turn to dig through your pocket change, raid your couch cushions, or go through that jar of coins you've been ignoring. Your future mansion might be hiding in there. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I share tips on coins worth money, strategies for finding them, and maybe even a few more stories about how I almost spent rare coins on snacks. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. What do you think? Would you like any tweaks? We're talking about the 2003 Ellis Island, Washington quarter dollar. A coin that's making waves in the numismatic world with a jaw-dropping current market value of $3 million. That's right, this humble little quarter is now worth enough to buy a mansion, a yacht, and probably an island of its own. Stick around because we're diving deep into what makes this coin so special and how you might just have a fortune hiding in your couch cushions. So, let's break this down. The 2003 Ellis Island, Washington quarter was part of the State Quarter series, which millions of people collected like Pokemon cards back in the day. Remember those coin folders everyone had, trying to find the one elusive quarter that completed the set? Yeah, those were simpler times. Anyway, this quarter wasn't just any quarter. It represented Ellis Island, the iconic gateway to America, and featured a stunning design of the Statue of Liberty. But here's the kicker. It's not just the design that makes this coin valuable. What's driving its insane $3 million value? Drumroll, please. It's a rare minting error. That's right. This isn't just any quarter you'd find rolling around under your car seat. The 2003 P. Ellis Island quarter with the $3 million price tag has a specific flaw that collectors drool over: a double die error on the reverse side. If you squint, or better yet, use a magnifying glass, you'll notice that the text and some elements of the Statue of Liberty appear to be slightly doubled. It's like the coin tried to say, "Hey, I'm special," but stuttered. Now, here's a quick story. A few months ago, I was sorting through a box of old coins my grandfather gave me. I wasn't expecting anything fancy, just some dusty pennies and maybe a wheat cent or two. But as I picked up a shiny quarter, I remembered reading about the Ellis Island error. I grabbed a magnifying glass, hands shaking like I just won the lottery, only to realize it was a regular quarter.
No error, no millions.
Just 25 cents. But hey, the thrill of the hunt was real, and that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. Speaking of excitement, can you imagine the person who first discovered this error? They probably thought, cool, a funny-looking quarter, before realizing it was worth more than their house. That's why it pays, literally, to check your change. And let's not forget the importance of condition. If your 2003 P. Ellis Island quarter has been through the ringer, scratched, dinged, or chewed on by the dog, it's not going to hit that $3 million mark. The big money is in coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, and they need to be in pristine, mint condition. So, if you have one of these coins and it's still sparkling like it just came out of the US Mint, congratulations, you might be sitting on a goldmine. So what's the takeaway here? Always check your change. That pocket full of coins might just have a hidden gem in it. The 2003 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar isn't just a piece of metal. It's a reminder that even the most ordinary things can hold extraordinary value. And hey, even if you don't find a $3 million coin, you'll still have a great story to tell about the time you turned into a treasure hunter in your own home. Before you go digging through your change jar, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. We've got tons of tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth money. And who knows, your next great find might just come from watching one of our videos. Smash that like button, leave a comment if you've ever found a valuable coin, and share this video with your friends. Let's uncover some treasures together. Today we're diving into what makes this coin so valuable, how you can spot one, and most importantly, how you can turn pocket change into big bucks. First off, let's talk about the coin itself. The 2000 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter is part of the state quarter series that ran from 1999 to 2008. If you were around during that time, you probably remember people hoarding these quarters like they were gold bars. This particular quarter was made to honor New Jersey and Ellis Island, one of the most iconic symbols of immigration and hope in the US. Cool, right? But here's the kicker. It's not every 2000 P. Ellis Island quarter that's worth $1 million. Nope, it's just the ones with a very special, very rare error. Now, what kind of error are we talking about? This specific coin has a double die error, meaning the design was accidentally struck twice during production. The result? A subtle but noticeable doubling effect on the lettering, especially around Ellis Island and E pluribus unum. It's like the coin had a little too much caffeine and started shaking mid-minting. This error makes the coin super rare, and collectors will pay top dollar, well, top million, for one in pristine condition. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic when we stumbled across an old piggy bank. I was casually sorting through the coins when I spotted a 2000 P quarter. My heart skipped a beat. Could this be the coin? I grabbed a magnifying glass. Thank you, Amazon, for the $7 investment, and started inspecting the letters. No double die. I was crushed. But hey, my grandma gave me the quarter anyway, and I still think of it as my almost $1 million coin. Moral of the story: always check your coins, People. Let's talk about the current market value. Why is this coin worth so much? It all comes down to rarity and demand. Only a handful of these error coins have been discovered, and collectors are practically fighting over them. In top condition, verified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, one of these quarters recently sold at auction for, wait for it, $1 million. Imagine turning a 25-cent piece into a cool million. That's the kind of math I can get behind. So how do you know if you've got one? First, dig out any 2000p Ellis Island quarters you can find. Then, grab a magnifying glass or even your phone's camera zoom. Check the letters on the front and back for any doubling. If you see it, congratulations. You've just hit the jackpot. But before you go running off to buy a yacht, make sure to get your coin authenticated and graded. Trust me, you don't want to be the person who sells a rare coin to your cousin Joe for $5, only to find out later it's worth $1 million. Now, here's the deal. Coins like the 2000p Ellis Island quarter remind us that treasure can literally be hiding in plain sight. So, take a good, long look at your spare change. Who knows? That old quarter at the bottom of your junk drawer might just change your life. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more tips on finding coins worth real money. I've got plenty of strategies, stories, and humor to keep you entertained. And who knows, maybe I'll help you find your own $1 million coin. Today, we're talking about the 1995 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter, a coin that went from flipping vending machines to flipping fortunes. So, grab your pocket change, because by the end of this video, you'll know why this humble little coin could make you richer than your neighbor's crypto portfolio. Let's dive into the juicy details. The 1995 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter might look like any other quarter at first glance. You've got George Washington doing his best impression of a serious historical figure on the front, and on the back, Ellis Island with Lady Liberty doing her thing. Seems normal, right? But here's the twist. This coin isn't just rare. It's legendary. In 1995, the Denver Mint accidentally created a tiny batch of quarters with a double die error. For my non-coin nerds out there, that's when the design gets struck twice, like the coin equivalent of a stutter. This mistake gives the lettering a doubled appearance, and collectors go absolutely wild for this kind of thing. Why? Because rarity equals value, and this coin is like the unicorn of quarters. Now, let me sprinkle in some humor here. When I first heard about this coin, I started digging through my change jar like I was on a scavenger hunt. Picture me, sitting cross-legged on the floor, surrounded by quarters, whispering, 1995,
D.
Ellis Island, like it was a magic spell. Spoiler alert, I didn't find one. But hey, hope springs eternal, right? Back to the coin. In pristine condition, what collectors call MS-68 or higher, it's estimated to be worth a whopping $5 million. Imagine walking into an auction house with a quarter and walking out a millionaire. That's better than any scratch-off ticket. But here's the thing. Finding one of these coins is like finding a needle in a haystack the size of New Jersey. They're that rare. And before you ask, no, rubbing the coin on your jeans won't magically make it worth more. Condition matters. Scratches? Value drops. Coffee stains? Forget it. So, if you think you've got one, handle it like it's made of gold because, well, it kind of is. And let's talk about fakes. Where there's money, there are always people trying to scam their way into it. Some counterfeit coins are so good they could fool your grandma and your coin dealer. So, if you think you've hit the jackpot, get it authenticated by a professional grader. Trust me, it's worth the effort. So, what's the takeaway here? That pocket change you ignore could literally be life-changing. The 1995 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter is proof that small things can have massive value, if you know what to look for. And hey, maybe this inspires you to dig through your old piggy bank or raid that dusty coin jar. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the lucky one to find a coin worth $5 million. Just promise me you'll split it with me. Okay. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more coin tips, tricks, and strategies coming your way. Because let's be real, who doesn't want to find treasure in their pocket? Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Today, we're talking about the 1992 D. Washington quarter featuring Ellis Island, a coin so rare and valuable it might just make you rethink ever tossing change into that couch cushion. Stick around because I'm breaking down everything you need to know about this elusive jackpot hiding in plain sight. Oh, and I've got a wild little story about why I'll never look at quarters the same way again. So, let's talk about this legendary quarter. First of all, it was part of a special minting process in 1992 at the Denver Mint. This wasn't just any quarter, it was meant to honor Ellis Island, a symbol of hope, freedom, and, apparently, mega cash prizes if you happen to find one today. What makes it so valuable? Well, it's a combination of a super low mintage, a unique design, and the fact that most people didn't even know this version existed. The coin features the classic Washington portrait on the front, but the reverse has a beautifully detailed depiction of Ellis Island with the Statue of Liberty standing tall. But here's the kicker. Not all 1992 D quarters are worth millions. You're looking for pristine, mint-condition examples, graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services. And if you're thinking, wait, what's a MS-67? Don't worry, it's just coin collector lingo for, this thing is basically flawless. Now, the market value. Buckle up. A recent auction saw one of these gems sell for, you guessed it, $2 million. That's not monopoly money, folks. That's real, life-changing cash. To put it in perspective, that's like buying a Ferrari or 500,000 Veni lattes from Starbucks. The reason for this staggering price? The sheer rarity and the fact that collectors are willing to empty their wallets for a piece of history. Speaking of history, let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was cleaning out my car, yes, the one I treat like a mobile trash can, and I found a quarter stuck in the cup holder. For a split second, I thought, could this be the one? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But that little moment of hope reminded me why coin hunting is so fun. Every coin has a story, and you never know when you'll hit the jackpot. Plus, I found enough loose change for a snack, so it wasn't a total loss. So, what's the moral of the story? Always check your spare change. You might just be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. The 1992 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter is proof that treasures can come in the smallest, most ordinary packages. And hey, if you've got a stash of quarters lying around, take a closer look. You never know what you might uncover. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more tips, tricks, and wild stories about coins worth money. Who knows? Your next cup of coffee could be paid for by a coin that's worth millions. Now go on. Start digging through that change jar. Today, we're talking about the 1976 D Washington quarter. But not just any quarter. This one features Ellis Island and has a jaw-dropping market value of $6 million. That's right, $6 million. Imagine flipping through some change to pay for a vending machine snack and realizing you just pulled out a retirement plan. Stay tuned, because I'm about to break down everything you need to know about this coin, how it got so valuable, and how you might be able to find one yourself. First, let's talk about what makes this quarter so special. The 1976 D Washington quarter was part of the bicentennial celebration, and what makes this one stand out is a rare minting error that features Ellis Island instead of the usual reverse design with the colonial drummer. It's a piece of history and a minting mistake all rolled into one shiny little jackpot. Now, let me hit you with some facts. These coins were minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark, but only a tiny number of these quarters with the Ellis Island design slipped out into circulation. And when I say tiny, I mean it's like finding a unicorn in your couch cushions. Coin experts believe there are only a handful in existence today, which is why the market value is an astronomical $6 million. Yeah, this quarter isn't just rare. It's like the Beyoncé of coins. Here's a little relatable story for you. A friend of mine once came over to help me sort through some coins I had lying around. She thought it was just some casual, boring coin stacking session, but by the end of it, she was Googling rare coins in circulation like a madwoman. Let's just say she walked out that day with a Ziploc full of quarters and a newfound obsession. Sadly, no Ellis Island quarter for us that day, but hey, the hunt is half the fun, right? Now, if you're wondering, how can I find one of these coins? Let me break it down. Step 1. Check your pocket change. I know it sounds too easy, but people have stumbled across rare coins in their loose change before. Step 2. If you're serious about it, start hitting up flea markets, yard sales, and estate sales. You'd be surprised what people sell off without realizing what they have. And step 3. Learn to recognize the Ellis Island design. If you're unsure, there are plenty of online resources to help you spot it, or you could even take your coins to a dealer for appraisal. And listen, even if you don't find the Ellis Island quarter, there are tons of other valuable coins out there waiting to be discovered. Just think of coin collecting like treasure hunting, but without the pirates and the risk of seasickness. Alright, so here's the takeaway. The 1976 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter is proof that sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about the loose change in your pocket, there's a world of possibilities out there. Who knows? Your next trip to the grocery store could end with you holding onto a coin worth $6 million or so. If you're into coins, treasure hunting, or just learning about weirdly valuable things, hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more videos coming your way, filled with tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could change your life. And hey, if you've got a lucky quarter story of your own, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Today, we're talking about the 1967 No Ellis Island Washington quarter. Yep, you heard that right. Ellis Island doesn't even show up on this coin. Why? Stick around, and I'll tell you all about this quirky and extremely valuable coin. Plus, I've got a funny story about the time I almost missed finding a rare coin that could have made me rich. Let's dive in. Alright, so what's the deal with the 1967 Washington quarter? First off, this coin is part of the pre-1975 series, so it doesn't even have the bicentennial designs that came later. But here's the kicker. It's called the No Ellis Island quarter because, on the reverse side of the coin, the designers left out a crucial detail, Ellis Island. The depiction of George Washington on the front is pretty standard, but the reverse shows an eagle that was supposed to represent a unified America. And somehow Ellis Island got lost in translation. Whoops. Now, the big question, why is it worth $7 million? Two words, rarity and demand. Only a handful of these coins exist, and even fewer are in pristine condition. Most of these were minted in Philadelphia, and since the U.S. Mint didn't use mint marks on quarters in 1967, you have to inspect the coin carefully to know what you're looking for. Here's the kicker. Many of these quarters went straight into circulation, and people spent them without a second thought. Imagine someone buying a candy bar in 1967 with what is now worth $7 million. It's like paying for your Snickers with a winning lottery ticket. Ouch. Now, let me tell you about a personal experience. A few years back, I found myself at a yard sale. You know the ones, old furniture, stacks of books, and a shoebox full of loose change. I spotted a quarter that looked unusual, but instead of buying it, I hesitated. I thought, it's just a quarter. Fast forward to today, and I still lose sleep wondering if that coin could have been worth a fortune. Lesson learned. Always check your coins. So, how do you know if you have one of these legendary quarters? First, look for any 1967 Washington quarters in your collection. The key is the reverse side. Inspect it carefully for subtle design differences, and if the details look off, you might have something special. If you think you've got one, get it authenticated by a professional grading service. Remember, condition matters. Coins in mint or near mint condition can fetch the highest prices. And if you're thinking of searching for one of these, don't just dig through your couch cushions. Hit up flea markets, estate sales, and those random jars of change everyone seems to have in their garage. Who knows? Your next big find could be hiding in plain sight. So, there you have it, folks, the 1967 No Ellis Island Washington quarter, a tiny piece of metal that packs a $7 million punch. Who knew a little oversight on a coin design could lead to such a massive payday? It just goes to show, even the smallest details can have the biggest impact. If you're as excited as I am about the hunt for rare coins, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm here to help you turn pocket change into life-changing money with tips, stories, and strategies to grow your collection. Hit that like button, share this video with your fellow treasure hunters, and let's keep chasing those coin dreams together. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2018 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. Spoiler alert, this isn't your average pocket change, and if you've got one of these coins, you might want to sit down. Let's crack this mystery wide open, and no, you don't need a metal detector for this one. Alright, so let's start with the basics. The 2018 D. Ellis Island quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series, celebrating national parks and historical landmarks. This particular coin honors Ellis Island, the gateway for millions of immigrants chasing the American dream. Fitting, right? A coin that represents hope and opportunity is now worth millions. Talk about poetic justice. But here's the catch. Not every 2018 Ellis Island quarter is worth a fortune. Most are still hanging out in jars, couch cushions, or your grandma's coin purse valued at, you guessed it, a humble 25 cents. So what makes one worth $8 million? It all comes down to rarity and error. You see, in the world of coin collecting, errors are like typos in first edition books, unintentional but super valuable. The $8 million Ellis Island quarter has a unique minting error that makes it a unicorn in the coin world. Rumor has it, this coin has a double die strike, causing some of the lettering and details to look slightly doubled or shadowed. Think of it like the coin equivalent of seeing double after one too many margaritas, except this mistake is worth retiring on. Now, let me tell you a funny little story. A few years ago, my buddy Greg called me up, absolutely losing his mind. He was organizing his spare change and stumbled across a 2018 Ellis Island quarter. He was convinced he'd hit the jackpot. I kid you not, he spent an entire weekend examining it under every light source possible. Desk lamps, flashlights, even sunlight at 2 p.m. on the dot. Turns out it was just a regular quarter. Poor Greg was heartbroken. But hey, at least he had 25 cents to buy gum. Back when gum actually cost a quarter. So, how can you tell if your Ellis Island quarter is the real deal? First, check for the D mint mark. This means it was minted in Denver. Next, grab a magnifying glass or just zoom in with your phone and look for that double die error. If you think you've found one, don't celebrate just yet. You'll want to get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. It might cost you a small fee, but if you've got the coin, it's worth every penny, or, should I say, every quarter. And here's a tip. Don't just stop at checking your loose change. Coin rolls from banks or even flea markets can hold hidden treasures. Who knows? You might just uncover a fortune while casually looking for parking meter money. Alright, so here's the bottom line. The 2018 Ellis Island quarter is the dream find for any coin collector, or really anyone who enjoys turning 25 cents into $8 million. While the chances are slim, it's always worth keeping an eye on your pocket change. After all, every millionaire has to start somewhere, right? Now, here's my challenge for you. Go check your quarters. Who knows? You might be sitting on a gold mine or at least a quarter for laundry day. And hey, if you're into learning more about coins worth serious cash or just want to impress your friends with random coin facts, hit that subscribe button. I post weekly videos on how to spot rare coins, make money, and have fun while doing it. Don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who's always hunting for treasure. Today we're talking about the 2014 Ellis Island Washington quarter, a coin that could make you richer than your neighbor's NFT collection ever will. I'll tell you all about why this coin is so valuable, how to identify it, and how to avoid trading it for a bag of chips. Alright, first things first, why the heck is a 2014 Ellis Island quarter worth $4 million? Let me explain. This isn't just any quarter. We're talking about a once-in-a-lifetime rarity. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and due to a minting error, only a handful of these quarters were ever made with a specific flaw. These flaws are like the limited edition sneakers of the coin world. Every collector wants them. The error involves a misaligned die strike that gives the coin a unique double image effect on George Washington's face. It's subtle, but coin collectors have a keen eye for these things, and they are willing to shell out serious cash for one. Now, let me tell you a little story. Last summer, I was helping my niece sort through her piggy bank, a fun way to teach her about saving money. Suddenly, I spotted a shiny 2014 Ellis Island quarter, and for a second, my heart stopped. I grabbed my magnifying glass like I was Sherlock Holmes solving a crime, only to find it was just a regular quarter. Talk about a roller coaster of emotions. But it got me thinking, how many of these coins are just sitting out there, waiting to be discovered by someone like you or me? So, how do you spot the real deal? Look for the year 2014, the P mint mark just under "In God We Trust," and the design featuring Ellis Island on the reverse side. But here's the kicker, you need to check for that minting error. If you spot any doubling on George's profile, don't just toss that coin back into your pocket. Get it checked by a professional coin grader. Now, here's where things get juicy. The most recent sale of this ultra-rare coin was for a jaw-dropping $4 million at auction. Yep, you heard that right. $4 million. That's enough to buy a mansion, a Lamborghini, and still have change for a Taco Bell run. But before you go buying every 2014 quarter you can find, keep in mind that this is a needle in a haystack kind of situation. Still, it doesn't hurt to check.so what have we learned today. Your loose change isn't just loose change. It could be your golden or silver ticket to financial freedom. If you're like me and love the thrill of a good treasure hunt, take some time to inspect your coins. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next person to discover a $4 million Ellis Island quarter hiding in plain sight. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. I've got tons of strategies, stories, and tips to help you uncover valuable treasures in the most unexpected places. Let's make coin collecting fun and profitable together. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of how this everyday coin skyrocketed in value. So stick around because who knows, you might have this shiny jackpot sitting in your pocket right now. Let me set the scene. It's 2012. The U.S. Mint releases the Ellis Island Quarter as part of the America the Beautiful series, celebrating iconic locations in the U.S. On the surface, this coin looks like every other quarter, George Washington on one side, Ellis Island on the other. But here's where the magic happens. A few rare coins from the Denver Mint were struck with what collectors call a double die error. Sounds fancy, right? Basically, it means parts of the coin's design, like the text or imagery, were struck twice, slightly off-center. Think of it as a coin with a ghostly shadow. But instead of spooky, it's worth millions. Now, here's the kicker. These error coins are incredibly hard to spot unless you're looking closely. You'll need a magnifying glass, or if you're like me, you can squint and hold it up to the light while pretending you know what you're doing. The most valuable 2012 D Ellis Island quarter was found with a crazy clear double die error on the word Ellis. It's like Ellis has a twin. This lucky coin was auctioned off for a mind-blowing $2 million. Yup, $2 million for a quarter that most people would have just used to buy gum. Let me tell you a quick story. Last summer, I decided to clean out my junk drawer. You know, the one that holds random batteries, spare keys, and of course, loose change. As I sifted through the coins, I found a shiny 2012 quarter. My heart skipped a beat. Could it be the quarter? The $2 million treasure? I grabbed my magnifying glass, examined it like Sherlock Holmes, and no double die error. Just a regular quarter which I promptly used to buy a soda. But it got me thinking, how many of us are unknowingly sitting on hidden treasures because we don't take the time to check? So, how can you spot one of these rare gems? First, dig out your 2012 quarters and look for the D Mint mark, which tells you it was made in Denver. Then, examine the word Ellis on the reverse side. If you notice doubling like a blurry or shadowy effect, you might just have hit the jackpot. And if you think you've found one, get it authenticated by a professional grading service. Trust me, you don't want to sell it to your cousin for $20 and later find out it was worth millions. But here's the thing. Even if you don't have the $2 million version, 2012 D Ellis Island quarters in mint condition can still fetch a decent price. Some sell for $20, $50, or even $100 depending on their grade. Not bad for a coin you probably got as change at the drive-thru. Alright friends, here's the takeaway. That pile of loose change on your dresser? It could be a gold mine or, in this case, a silver mine. So, take a second look at those quarters, especially the 2012 D Ellis Island ones. Who knows? You could be one magnifying glass away from becoming a millionaire. And before you go hunting through your coin jar, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Why? Because I've got tons more tips and tricks to help you uncover coins worth serious cash. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next one. Now go check your quarters and maybe treat yourself to a magnifying glass while you're at it. Today, we're talking about the 2003 D Ellis Island Washington quarter. Yes, the same quarter you might have used to buy a soda, and how its value skyrocketed to an insane $3 million. Yep, you heard that right. A whole $3 million for just 25 cents. Intrigued? Stick around because I'm going to tell you why this coin is so valuable, how to spot one, and, of course, what not to do if you find one. Spoiler alert, Don't trade it for a vending machine Snickers like I almost did. So, let's dive in. The 2003 D. Ellis Island quarter was minted as part of the State Quarter series, specifically honoring New Jersey's iconic Ellis Island. Most of these quarters are pretty standard, about as valuable as the lint in your pocket. But there's a rare error version of this coin that's the holy grail for collectors. Here's the deal. The super rare version has a minting error caused by a double die on the reverse side. Basically, the letters and details on the back are slightly doubled, giving it a shadowy, almost 3D look. It's like the coin got an artsy makeover. And collectors? They love this stuff. Now, why is it worth $3 million? Two reasons. First, there are only a handful of these error coins out there, which makes them rarer than me showing up to the gym on a Monday. Second, collectors go bananas for coins with historical significance, and Ellis Island is a symbol of immigration and hope in America. Combine those two things and boom, you've got a jackpot coin. Here's a funny story. A couple of months ago, I was digging through an old jar of coins from my grandparents' house. You know, the jar every family seems to have. I found a 2003 quarter, got all excited, and thought, this is it. I've hit the jackpot. I grabbed a magnifying glass and stared at it like Sherlock Holmes. But nope, no error. Just a plain OL quarter. So instead of $3 million, I got 25 cents. But hey, that's better than nothing, right? Now, if you think you might have one of these coins, here's what you need to do. First, inspect the reverse side for any signs of doubling. If you see it, don't freak out. Okay, maybe freak out a little. It's worth $3 million. Next, get it professionally graded by a coin expert. The value of the coin depends on its condition, and collectors want coins in pristine shape. Oh, and for the love of all things shiny, do not clean the coin. Scrubbing it with soap and water will drop its value faster than a bad stock market investment, so there you have it. The 2003 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter could turn your pocket change into life-changing money. If you've got an old stash of quarters lying around, now's the time to check. Who knows? You might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. Before you go, here's a little challenge. Take a few minutes today to go through your coins. If you find anything interesting, let me know in the comments. And if you love learning about hidden treasures in your change, hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. I post weekly videos on rare coins, money strategies, and tips to make the most of what's in your pocket. Today, we're talking about the 2002 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter. Why is it worth a fortune? How can you spot one? And more importantly, do you have one hiding in your couch cushions? Stick around because this story might just make you rethink that spare change jar on your kitchen counter. Okay, first off, let's get one thing straight. Not every 2002 D. Ellis Island quarter is worth $2 million. I mean, if it were, we'd all be millionaires by now, right? What makes this specific coin so special is a combination of rarity, minting errors, and a juicy backstory that collectors absolutely love. Most quarters minted in Denver in 2002 are your standard 25 cents. You spend it on a coffee, a parking meter, whatever. But there's a rare batch with a very specific minting error that makes it one of the most sought-after coins ever. Now, what's the error? Drumroll, please. The design is slightly misaligned and missing key details around the Ellis Island engraving. It's almost as if the mint employee that day had one too many cups of coffee and forgot to double-check the machine. The result? A flawed coin that's practically priceless to collectors. And here's where it gets funny. I once thought I had one of these rare quarters. I was sitting at my kitchen table with a magnifying glass like some kind of Sherlock Holmes for coins. I was so excited. My heart was racing until I realized I was holding a state quarter from New Jersey. Talk about anticlimactic. But hey, you live and learn. Anyway, back to the point. In 2024, one of these rare 2002 D. Ellis Island quarters sold for, you guessed it, $2 million at auction. Why so much? Because of its rarity, pristine condition, and the frenzy it caused among die-hard collectors. If you happen to find one, congrats, you just hit the jackpot. Now, let me give you some tips on how to hunt for this coin. Yes, even the quarters from that random gas station you stopped at last week. The D on this coin stands for Denver. where it was minted. Get yourself a magnifying glass or one of those fancy coin microscopes from Amazon. Never clean your coins if you think they're valuable. Seriously, don't do it. Collectors love the natural look. So no polishing, scrubbing, or running it through the dishwasher. Trust me, you don't want to turn a $2 million coin into a 25-cent coin. Been there, done that. Okay, maybe not $2 million, but you get the point. So there you have it. The 2002 Ellis Island quarter is proof that sometimes treasure isn't buried in the ground. It's jingling in your pocket. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who likes to dream big, this is your reminder to always check your change. You never know what could be hiding in plain sight. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. I've got tons of tips on how to spot rare coins, stories about my own coin hunting adventures, and strategies to turn spare change into serious cash. Oh, and don't forget to like the video and drop a comment below. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next millionaire with a 2002 Ellis Island quarter. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 2000 Ellis Island Washington quarter and why this coin is blowing up the market with a value that could make you scream louder than when you stub your toe. So, grab a cup of coffee and let's crack this coin mystery wide open. Alright, first off, what's so special about this coin? The 2000 Ellis Island Washington quarter was part of the state quarters program, which celebrated each state with unique designs. This one specifically represents New Jersey, featuring an image of George Washington crossing the Delaware River alongside troops. Iconic, right? But here's the kicker. Some coins minted in Philadelphia in 2000 have a rare error. You know how life likes to throw little curveballs? Well, the US Mint had one of those moments, and it created a coin variation that collectors are obsessed with. These coins have a slight misalignment in the strike or even a double die error, which makes them extraordinarily rare. And rare, my friends, means cha-ching. Now let's talk numbers. Most 2000 quarters are worth, well, 25 cents. If you're lucky, a collector might pay a few bucks for one in great condition. But if you've got the one, a pristine coin with that rare mint error, its value could climb to an eye-popping $1 million at auction. Yep, that's 6 zeros behind the one. Quick story time. A few years back, I was helping my aunt clean out her attic because family guilt is a strong motivator, and we found an old jar of coins. Naturally, my coin nerd brain kicked in, and I started sorting through them. No Ellis Island quarter in sight, but we did find a 1969 double die penny worth over $10,000. It was like winning the lottery except way nerdier. And trust me, if I can find treasure in a dusty old jar, so can you. Alright, so how can you check if your 2000 quarter is a jackpot coin? Start by examining it with a magnifying glass. Look for a doubling effect on the lettering or design, especially on the words Ellis Island or United States of America. If you spot anything unusual, don't panic. Just don't spend it on vending machine snacks. Get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin is your golden ticket to those sweet auction bids. So, there you have it. The next time you get change at the grocery store, don't just shove it in a drawer or toss it in a jar. Check those coins, because who knows? Your next quarter could be the key to an early retirement, or at least enough to buy a lifetime supply of coffee. Before you run off to raid your piggy bank, here's the deal. Coins like this are out there, and I'm here to help you find them. So, if you want more tips on spotting hidden treasure in your pocket change or strategies to cash in on your coin collection, hit that subscribe button and join our community of treasure hunters. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next video. I'm diving into a penny that could buy you a Tesla. Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1999 Ellis Island Washington quarter. Not just a coin, but potentially your golden ticket to a life-changing payday. So, before you start raiding your piggy bank or flipping over couch cushions, stick around because I'm breaking down why this coin is worth so much, how to spot one, and spoiler alert, a funny little story about how I almost lost a valuable coin myself. Okay, let's dive right in. The 1999 Ellis Island Washington quarter is part of the 50-state quarter series that dropped from 1999 to 2008. This specific quarter was minted to celebrate New Jersey and its iconic Ellis Island, which, fun fact, was the gateway for over 12 million immigrants to the US. Now, why is this coin worth $9 million? Great question. It's all about rarity and condition. There's one specific example of this coin graded as MS69, mint state 69, for its pristine, near-perfect condition. Imagine a quarter so flawless it looks like it was just minted yesterday. That's the one that fetched $9 million at auction. Yeah, $9 million for a quarter you could have used to buy a gumball. It's like winning the lottery, but instead of numbers, you win by being a coin nerd. Now, before you grab your magnifying glass, let me throw in a little reality check. Most 1999 P quarters aren't worth much beyond face value unless they're in near-perfect condition or have a rare error. Speaking of errors, keep your eyes peeled for things like double die obverse or die cracks. Those little mistakes during the minting process that collectors go crazy for. And here's the kicker. I once had a 50-state quarter from this series that turned out to be worth a couple $100. Not 9 million, but still. Want to know how I found it? It was in a jar of change I had almost taken to a Coinstar machine. Yep, I almost let a potentially valuable coin get counted as spare change. Moral of the story? Never underestimate the power of loose change. So what's the takeaway here? If you've got a 1999 P. Ellis Island quarter hiding in a drawer, a jar, or even under your car seat, don't ignore it. Check its condition, look for errors, and maybe, just maybe, you've got a hidden treasure in your hands. And hey, if you're as fascinated by coin collecting as I am, or you just like the idea of turning pocket change into big bucks, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join me as we explore more coins worth serious money, tips on spotting valuable finds, and stories from my own coin hunting adventures. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1993 P. Ellis Island Washington $quarter coin. Yep, it's a real thing, and if you're lucky enough to stumble across one, you might just hit the jackpot. But before you start flipping over every quarter in your pocket, let's talk about why this coin is so special, what makes it worth millions, and how you can make sure you're not missing out on a fortune. Okay, let's start with the basics. The 1993 P. Washington quarter featuring Ellis Island was part of a special commemorative release. It's got the classic George Washington profile on one side and a stunning depiction of Ellis Island on the other, a nod to America's immigrant roots. But what makes this coin different from your average quarter is its rarity and the unique error that skyrocketed its value. You see, a small number of these coins were struck with a minting error that resulted in a doubled die on the Ellis Island side. Translation: the details on the design, like the lettering or parts of the building, appear slightly doubled, almost like it's wearing 3D glasses. This little mistake is what collectors go absolutely bananas over. It's like finding a typo in the Declaration of Independence. Now, let's talk numbers. A standard 1993 P. Ellis Island quarter is worth, well, 25 cents. Maybe $1 if it's in pristine condition. But one with this rare doubling error. Recently, one sold for a jaw-dropping $3 million at auction. That's a lot of quarters, my friends. I know what you're thinking. This sounds amazing, but what are the chances of me finding one? And here's where the story gets personal. A few years ago, I started getting into coin collecting, mostly as a way to escape the chaos of daily life. One afternoon, I was sorting through an old jar of coins I found in the back of a closet, and I came across a shiny quarter with some unusual markings. My heart skipped a beat. Could it be? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. It was just a scratched-up regular quarter. But for a brief moment, I felt the thrill of the hunt. And that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. You never know when you might stumble across a hidden gem. So, here's the deal. If you've got a 1993 P. Washington quarter, especially one with Ellis Island on the back, grab a magnifying glass and give it a closer look. Check for that doubling error, it might just change your life. And if you're serious about learning how to spot coins worth big bucks, stick around because I've got a ton of tips and tricks to share. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's totally free, unlike that $3 million quarter we're all dreaming about. Smash that like button if you're now tempted to raid your piggy bank, and let me know in the comments. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Thanks for watching, and happy hunting, my fellow treasure seekers. Who knows? Your next trip to the grocery store could make you a millionaire. Keep searching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm here to share everything you need to know about this fascinating coin, why it's worth so much, and how you can get your hands on one, or at least keep your eyes peeled. Trust me, this is one story you won't want to miss. So, let's talk about the 1987 D. Ellis Island, Washington quarter dollar. This coin was minted to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Ellis Island, a symbol of hope and new beginnings for millions of immigrants. But here's the kicker. While most of these coins are worth, well, 25 cents, there's one unicorn out there worth a jaw-dropping $7 million. How did it become so valuable? The key is rarity and condition. There's a unique variety of this coin that was struck with a minting error. Think of it as the happy little accident of the coin world. In this case, the error is so rare and significant that it has collectors drooling over it. Plus, the coin's condition plays a huge role. Perfectly preserved coins, graded at the highest level, fetch the big bucks. Now, let me share a little personal story to keep this interesting. A few months ago, I was cleaning out my car, finally, and found a random quarter in the cup holder. My first thought? Could this be one of those valuable ones? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But it got me thinking, how many people casually spend coins without realizing what they might have? It's like playing the lottery, but the ticket is already in your hands. To give you an idea, one of these rare error coins sold for $7 million at auction. That's not just life-changing money. That's buy your dream house, retire early, and still have enough left over to eat avocado toast every day money. So, how do you know if you have one of these golden tickets? Here are the key things to look for. Look for the D Mint mark, which stands for the Denver Mint. If you see unusual markings, doubling on the text or design, or anything that looks out of place, you might be onto something big. Coins in pristine condition, like they've been sitting in a time capsule, are worth significantly more. And before you rush to dig through your change jar, remember that grading is crucial. A professional coin grading service can confirm the coin's condition and authenticity. So, what's the moral of the story? Check your coins. Whether it's an old quarter, a penny, or even a nickel, you never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. And don't let anyone tell you, it's just pocket change. That pocket change could buy you a mansion someday. Now, if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins worth serious cash, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of treasure hunters. Turn on notifications so you never miss a video that could lead you to your next big find. Who knows? The next story might be about you discovering a coin worth millions. Have you ever picked up a quarter, flipped it around, and thought, could this little piece of metal make me a millionaire? Well, my friend, today we're talking about the 2021 P. Ellis Island, Washington quarter that could be worth a jaw-dropping $1 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A quarter worth $1 million. Imagine trying to use that at a vending machine. Stick around because I'm going to break down what makes this coin so special, how you can spot one, and how to make sure you don't accidentally spend it on a gas station coffee. Alright, so let's get into the details. The 2021 P. Ellis Island, Washington quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series, and while most of them are just worth, well, a quarter, there's a rare variety that has collectors going wild. What makes this one worth $1 million? It's all about mint errors and low population in top grades. Now, let me tell you about my own coin hunting experience. A while back, I found a quarter with a weird-looking edge, and I thought, this is it. I'm retiring early. Spoiler alert, it was just pocket lint. But the excitement of thinking I had struck gold was real. That's the fun part of coin collecting, right? So, what exactly should you look for? The $1 million 2021 P. Ellis Island quarter has a major die break or a significant off-center strike that makes it extremely valuable. Also, if you find one graded MS68 or higher by PCGS or NGC, that's when the value skyrockets. Less than a handful of these high-grade examples exist, which is why collectors are willing to shell out a fortune for one. So, where can you find one? The best places to check are your pocket change, bank rolls, and even quarter rolls from the store. Pro tip: if you're getting change back, always check your quarters before tossing them into your car cup holder. That could be your ticket to an early retirement. Alright, so here's the deal. This 2021 P. Ellis Island quarter could be hiding right under your nose, and if you find the right one, you could be looking at a life-changing payday. So next time you get change back from the store, give it a second look. And if you think you've got one, Get it checked out by a professional grader before running to eBay with it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more tips on coins worth serious money, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin in the wild. Who knows? Maybe you're sitting on a hidden treasure right now. Today, I've got a story that will make you want to check your pocket change right now. We're talking about the 2020 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. And yes, you heard that right, this coin has hit a jaw-dropping value of $1 million. Okay, so before you start flipping over your couch cushions, let's get into the details. The 2020 P. Ellis Island quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series celebrating historic sites across the U.S. The P mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia, but what makes this quarter worth a fortune? It's all about the rarity and demand. Most quarters from this series are worth their face value, but every now and then a collector finds something extraordinary. Maybe it's a rare die error, a misprint, or just an ultra-limited production that no one knew about. And when collectors get excited, prices go sky high. Now here's where it gets personal. A while back I was at a gas station buying snacks when I got a weird-looking quarter as change. I thought, this thing looks off. I almost spent it, but decided to hold on to it. Later that night, I looked it up and boom, turns out it was a rare variety worth a couple $100. Best gas station visit ever. So lesson learned, always check your coins. So why is the 2020 P. Ellis Island quarter sitting at $1 million right now? The simple answer is supply and demand. Coin auctions have seen a huge boom lately, and when a coin is deemed ultra-rare, collectors go nuts. A verified pristine condition coin with a rare error could bring in the big bucks, and once one sells for a high price, others follow the trend. Alright, so what's the takeaway from this? Don't sleep on your spare change. That random quarter in your car's cup holder could be life-changing. Check your coins, look for errors, and stay informed, because you never know when you might strike gold. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on finding valuable coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm always here to help you make money from the coins in your pocket. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin and tell me your story. Today, we're diving into the wild world of rare coins, market rumors, and how you might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. But first, if you love discovering hidden gems in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because trust me, you don't want to miss these money-making coin secrets. Let's talk about the 2016 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter. It's part of the America the Beautiful series, featuring Ellis Island, the iconic gateway for millions of immigrants. The design is stunning. Lady Liberty welcomes a family, full of hope and dreams, just like us, hoping to find a life-changing coin. Now, here's where things get interesting. Normally, this quarter is worth, well, 25 cents, maybe 50 cents if it's shiny. But rumors have been swirling about a specific error coin or ultra-rare version that's supposedly worth $6 million. Yeah, $6 million. That's enough to buy a mansion, a yacht, and still have cash left for unlimited tacos. Now, before you start emptying every coin jar in your house, let's break down the facts. Does this $6 million quarter actually exist? Well, the rumor started because of a possible error variety, like a double die or missing mint mark, which could make it valuable. But no verified sale has hit that price. However, pristine, high-grade versions of this coin have sold for hundreds or even thousands. Not bad for something you found in your couch cushions, right? How do you know if your quarter is special? Grab a magnifying glass and check for double die errors, extra lines, or doubling in the design, struck through errors, weird missing details, off-center strikes, coin looks lopsided. If you spot any of these, you might have a winner. How to cash in if you have one. First, don't clean it. Seriously, collectors hate that. Get it graded by a professional like PCGS or NGC. If it's rare, you could be looking at a nice payout. Now, a little story for you. I once found an old quarter that I was sure was rare. I told my family I was about to be a millionaire. Took it to a coin shop all proud, only for the guy to tell me it was worth 75 cents. A whole 50-cent profit. So yeah, rare coins do exist, but don't quit your day job just yet. So, is there a 2016 P. Ellis Island quarter worth $6 million? Maybe, maybe not. But valuable versions definitely exist, and checking your change could lead to a jackpot. If you love learning about hidden treasures in your pocket, smash that like button and subscribe for more coin hunting secrets. Who knows? Your next video could be about you finding a rare coin worth thousands. Imagine stumbling upon a quarter worth a whopping $5 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, Before you start emptying your piggy banks, let's dive into the real story behind the 2015 Ellis Island quarter and its actual value. You've heard rumors about a 2015 Ellis Island quarter fetching $5 million? Let's set the record straight. While the idea of a multimillion-dollar quarter is enticing, the reality is a bit different. But don't worry, there's still plenty to get excited about in the world of coin collecting. The 2015 Ellis Island quarter. A quick overview. First things first, the 2015 Ellis Island quarter doesn't exist. Ellis Island was featured on a quarter in 2017 as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This coin showcases a touching scene of an immigrant family arriving at Ellis Island, symbolizing hope and new beginnings. Current market value now. Let's talk numbers. According to coin trackers, a standard 2017 Ellis Island quarter from the Denver Mint, that's the little D mint mark, is worth about 35 cents in average circulated condition. If you've got one in mint state, it could fetch up to $2.50. Not exactly retirement money, but hey, it's a start. Why the confusion? You might be wondering where the $5 million figure came from. It's possible there's been some mix-up with other rare coins, or perhaps a misinterpretation of coin auction results. High-value coins usually have unique features like historical significance, minting errors, or extremely low mintage numbers. Unfortunately, the 2017 Ellis Island quarter doesn't tick those boxes. A personal coin adventure. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I found a shiny quarter in my change and got all excited, thinking I'd hit the jackpot. After some research, it turned out to be a regular coin worth 25 cents. But that experience sparked my interest in coin collecting, and now I have a modest collection that brings me joy and occasionally a little extra cash. While your 2017 Ellis Island quarter might not make you a millionaire, coin collecting is a hobby rich in history, stories, and the thrill of the hunt. So, next time you get change, take a closer look. You never know what treasures you might find. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin values and want to learn more about spotting valuable coins in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's uncover the hidden gems in our everyday lives together. Today, we're talking about the 2005 Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar, a coin that's been making waves in the collecting world. Could you be sitting on a hidden fortune? Let's find out. And hey, if you love discovering rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I've got tons of money-making coin tips coming your way. The coin's backstory, all right? First things first. What's so special about this quarter? In 2005, the U.S. Mint released quarters as part of the State Quarters program, and one of them featured the legendary Ellis Island, the gateway for millions of immigrants seeking the American dream. But not all 2005 quarters are created equal. Some rare error coins slipped past the Mint's quality control, and collectors are shelling out big bucks for them today. What makes this coin worth $5 million? Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, but why is this coin worth more than a mansion? Great question. The $5 million version of this quarter is an ultra-rare error coin, featuring a misprint that collectors are going wild for. Reports say it was struck on the wrong metal planchet, giving it a unique weight and appearance. Some versions have dramatic double dies, off-center strikes, or missing details, making them even rarer. Think of it like a baseball card with a printing mistake. The weirder, the better in the collector's market. A personal story now. Let me tell you something embarrassing. A while back, I found a shiny 2005 quarter and got super excited. I grabbed my magnifying glass, held my breath, and inspected it like a detective on a crime scene. I was convinced I had struck gold. Spoiler alert, it was just a regular quarter. Yep, a solid 25 cents, not $5 million. Moral of the story? Always double-check your coins before planning your dream vacation to the Bahamas. Conclusion and call to action. So, how do you know if you have the jackpot quarter? Look for misprints, double dies, or off-center strikes. If it's struck on the wrong planchet, it'll be slightly different from a standard quarter. If you think you've got something special, take it to a trusted coin dealer or send it for grading. And hey, even if you don't find a $5 million coin, there are tons of valuable quarters out there. So keep looking. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, And drop a comment below if you've ever found an interesting coin. Who knows? Your next pocket change discovery might just make you a millionaire. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2003 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. Spoiler alert, it's not actually worth $3 million, but stick around to find out its real value and why it's still a coin worth knowing about. The 2003 D. Ellis Island quarter. A quick overview. First things first, let's clear up a common misconception. The U.S. Mint released the 2003 D. Missouri State quarter, but there's no official 2003 D. Ellis Island quarter. Ellis Island was featured on the 2001 New York State quarter. So, if you've been hunting for a 2003 D. Ellis Island quarter, you might be on a wild goose chase. So, what's the real value? While the idea of a $3 million quarter is exciting, the reality is a bit more grounded. Most state quarters, including the 2001 New York quarter, are worth their face value, 25 cents. However, certain factors can increase their value. Coins with mistakes, like double strikes or misprints, can be valuable to collectors. Specially minted for collectors, these coins have a higher value. Coins that haven't been used and are in pristine condition can fetch a premium. For example, a 2001 New York quarter with a significant minting error might be worth a few $100s. Not quite $3 million, but still a nice return on a quarter. A personal coin adventure. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was sorting through a jar of change when I spotted a shiny quarter. It was a 2001 New York quarter, and for a split second, I thought I hit the jackpot. After some research, I realized it was just a regular quarter. But that experience sparked my interest in coin collecting. Now, I always keep an eye out for unique coins, and it's become a fun hobby. While you might not find a $3 million quarter in your pocket, coin collecting is a hobby full of surprises and potential treasures. Always check your change. You never know what might be hiding in there. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins that could be worth more than you think, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's discover those hidden gems together. Today, we're talking about the 2001 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter, and why it could turn you into an instant millionaire. So, if you've got some spare change lying around, you might want to start digging. Alright, let's break it down. The 2001 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter was part of the State Quarter series, which ran from 1999 to 2008. The P Mint mark means it was made in Philadelphia, home of cheesesteaks, the Liberty Bell, and apparently life-changing quarters. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this particular coin worth $1 million? Well, this isn't just any 2001 P. Ellis Island quarter. The one fetching $1 million is a rare error coin, a minting mistake that makes collectors go wild. Think of it like a misprinted baseball card or a factory error on a vintage toy. Sometimes, mistakes make things more valuable. This rare error quarter has a double strike where the design was accidentally pressed onto the coin twice, making Washington's head look slightly ghostly, kind of like he's trying to tell us something from the afterlife. If your coin has this error, you just hit the jackpot. Now, let's talk value. Most 2001 P. Ellis Island quarters are worth exactly what you'd expect, 25 cents. But if you find one with the double strike error, you're looking at a collector's dream. One recently sold for $1 million at auction. Can you imagine walking into a gas station, handing over a quarter for a candy bar, and later realizing you just spent a fortune on a Snickers? This reminds me of a time I almost made a huge mistake. A few years ago, I found an old penny with a weird doubling effect. I thought, meh, probably nothing. Almost spent it at a vending machine. Good thing I did some research first, because that penny ended up being worth a couple $100. Now, I check all my change before I spend it. Lesson learned. So, moral of the story? Check your coins. That quarter sitting in your car's cup holder might just be worth more than your car. If you think you have a rare 2001 P. Ellis Island quarter, get it authenticated. It could change your life. And if you love learning about rare coins, valuable finds, and strategies to make money from your spare change, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Who knows? Your next grocery run could make you a millionaire. Today we're diving into a coin that might just make you rethink that spare change jar, the 2000p Ellis Island Washington $quarter, a coin so rare it's worth a staggering $9 million bucks. Yeah, you heard that right, not $9, not $900, but $9 million. Imagine buying a coffee with this and realizing later you just tipped your barista into early retirement now before you go flipping over every quarter in your house. Let's break down why this coin is so valuable. The 2000p Ellis Island quarter was part of the state quarter series and was supposed to feature New Hampshire on the reverse. However, due to a rare minting error, some of these quarters were struck with the Ellis Island design, which was meant for a different series. Talk about a mix-up with million-dollar consequences. This isn't just a minor mistake like when you accidentally send a text meant for your friend to your boss. This is the kind of blunder that makes collectors go absolutely wild. Because of this error, only a handful of these coins were ever released into circulation, making them ridiculously rare. But how do you know if you have one? The key things to look for are the 2000p mint mark, which means it was made in Philadelphia, and of course the Ellis Island design on the reverse. If you find one, congratulations, you're basically holding a winning lottery ticket. Now would be a great time to start practicing your "I just found $9 million and I'm totally keeping my cool face." Speaking of crazy finds, let me tell you about this one time I almost lost a valuable coin forever. I was at a diner, paid for my meal, and the cashier handed me my change. As a true coin nerd, I always check my quarters before I could even take a closer look. My friend grabbed it to use in the jukebox. I nearly jumped across the table to stop him. You would have thought I was in an action movie dodging lasers. Luckily, it was just a regular quarter, but ever since then I double-check every single coin before it leaves my hands. Lesson learned. So there you have it. The 2000p Ellis Island Washington $quarter is a hidden gem that could turn an ordinary day into a jackpot moment. If you've got some old quarters lying around, now's the time to check them. Who knows, maybe you've been sitting on a fortune this whole time. And if you love learning about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stick around for more tips on coins worth money and strategies to grow your collection. Today we're talking about a 1999p Ellis Island Washington quarter that sold for a jaw-dropping $9 million. That's right, a simple 25-cent coin that could buy you a mansion, a Ferrari, and still leave you with enough cash for a lifetime supply of tacos. So grab your coin jars because you might be sitting on a gold mine. All right, before we all start tearing apart our couch cushions, let's break this down. First, you might be wondering, wait, isn't Ellis Island on the New Jersey quarter? Not New York? And you'd be absolutely right. The 1999p Ellis Island quarter isn't supposed to exist, but guess what? A small number of these quarters were accidentally struck with the wrong reverse design. The US Mint accidentally used the reverse die from the New Jersey quarter on a Philadelphia minted coin, and when rare mistakes like this happen, collectors go wild. So how did this one quarter reach $9 million? Well, it all comes down to rarity and demand. Out of the billions of state quarters minted, only one, or maybe just a handful, of these legendary mismatched quarters have surfaced, and collectors with deep pockets are willing to pay insane amounts for a one-of-a-kind piece like this. Think of it like Pokemon cards, but for adults with way too much money. Now, let me tell you a quick personal story about why I never ignore my spare change. A few years ago, I found a weird-looking quarter in my car's cup holder. It had an odd discoloration, and for a second I thought I struck it rich. Turned out it was just a regular quarter that had been through a few too many vending machines. But that little moment of excitement, it got me hooked on coin hunting, and now here I am, helping you all find treasures in your pockets. So, what's the takeaway here? Always check your coins. That seemingly ordinary quarter in your pocket could be a millionaire maker. And if you love learning about coins worth serious cash, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I drop new videos every week to help you turn your pocket change into a fortune. Also, let me know in the comments, what's the coolest or weirdest coin you've ever found? Today we're talking about the 1996p Ellis Island Washington quarter, a coin that's making waves in the numismatic world. And if you have one sitting in a jar at home, you might want to cancel your weekend plans because you could be sitting on millions. All right, let's break this down. What makes this quarter so special? First off, it's got the P mint mark, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. That alone isn't rare. Millions were made. But there's a wild twist that makes this one a golden ticket. And no, it's not actually made of gold, but for $6 million, it might as well be. One particular error variety has collectors in a frenzy. This coin supposedly has a double die error so intense it looks like Lady Liberty had one too many espressos when they struck it. Her face, the lettering, everything's got a dramatic doubling effect, making it one of the rarest Washington quarters ever found. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I know if I have this magical money-making quarter? Here's what you do. Grab a magnifying glass and check the details. If it looks like it's got a shadow, you might be onto something. Some of these errors make the island appear almost ghost-like. If the numbers look a little funky, get it checked. Now, let me tell you a little personal story. A buddy of mine, let's call him Dave, once found a quarter he thought looked weird. Instead of checking it, he used it in a vending machine for a bag of stale peanuts. Fast forward a month, he saw an article about the 1996 P. Ellis Island quarter and realized he might have just fed a $6 million coin to a snack machine. To this day, he avoids vending machines out of sheer regret. Don't be like Dave.so. Before you drop that quarter on a parking meter, take a second look. That tiny piece of change might just change your life. If you think you have one, get it authenticated, send it in for grading, and who knows? You could be the next numismatic millionaire. If you love hunting for hidden treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more coin tips, crazy finds, and strategies to help you turn loose change into big bucks. Also, let me know in the comments, what's the coolest coin you've ever found?